Hello, welcome to another draft analysis. I'm Ace, and now we're into game 2 of Immortals versus Mineski. In game 1, Immortals managed to just snowball through the last big brute mother, and I think it totally caught Mineski off guard. I thought Mineski could put up some sort of fight, but the aggression from Immortals was just on the next level, and even Mineski wasn't able to deal with it. The draft was a bit too greedy from Mineski. I mentioned it a bit. I didn't expect, as in, it's a way to play, I guess. Like you try to go defend high ground against a team like Immortals, but turns out they just wasn't able to withstand this constant pressure, and the anti-mage didn't have the time to come online. He didn't have the best laning phase. He went mid against the puck, and yeah, it pretty much just went downhill from the laning phase. Okay, moving on. It's the second game now. Immortals having first pick. They ban Spirit Nyx and Mineski ban Veno Night Stalker.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, so this game Mineski chose not to ban the IO because last game they had first pick, so they could ban Veno as well as Nyx, I think. And this time round, Immortals with the first pick, Mineski have to remove this Venomancer and Night Stalker. They don't want to give it to Immortals. They prioritize the Night Stalker ban over the IO ban. And now Immortals, they go for the first pick puck. And it's a hero they're really comfortable with. Like MP, he just creates so much openings for Immortals, and he's so good at laning with it as well. Mineski instead, they go straight for the Silencer as a counter to this puck. They don't want the puck to come online anymore, and they just want to pick this Silencer to shut him down. This Silencer, there's a chance that this Silencer is going to be played mid by Nana, but as of now, I'll still put it as a position 5, just to hold it there first, because at the end of the day, Mineski has the last pick, so they can still switch it around when it comes to that, because they will know by then like puck is going to reach lane, and if they can match the Silencer call against a puck, it's going to be very good for the Silencer. He can crush him in lane, he can crush him in the team fights, so it's a really good first pick here as an answer to the puck. They follow up by the Earthshaker. I believe it's going to be for Jeps here. Jeps has been known to play heroes like Clockwork, as well as like the standard position 4 heroes, Earth Spirit, but Earth Spirit is banned. So he goes for the Earthshaker this time around. And Clockwork is not that good against a hero like Puck, just because even if you cox him in, he can always just opt out and joint. But instead, Earthshaker is a much better answer to Puck because of his long range feature. You can always catch the Puck off guard, stunning him before he can get off his phase shift.
5 seconds remaining.
Immortals, they respond with the position 5 Lich. They did that. No, they didn't. Mineski was the one who picked it up in the first game, but Immortals this time around, they go for it. Going to be on Zubu. Okay, so in the second phase, Mineski they banned the PA as well as Bloodseeker, targeting both heroes towards Q. And Immortals, they banned Ember Spirit as well as Anti-Mage. Immortals, they're still afraid of the Mushi's Anti-Mage despite how they managed to shut them down the last game. This game though, they have a Lich support which isn't the best at being aggressive. So maybe they're changing up their style a bit. They're still going to play a lot of aggression and stuff, but they're not going to aim to end the game in the first 25 minutes like they did in game 1.
Remaining.
Okay, moving on, Mineski with the Silencer pick already, they can consider going for something like a Legion Commander or Bat Rider, because of the fact that how Silencer pairs very well with these two heroes that I mentioned, like Bat Rider or Legion. When you jump in with the initiation and then you proc Global Silence, it's almost no way that your opponent can react, and there's nothing they can do. It means you're going to lose one hero and it's going to be a 4v5 immediately. Mineski, they go back for the Nana's Mirana, a very comfort pick for him. And Immortals, they straight away go for the Kunkka. It's a position 4 hero that Femi is going to play. Considering the number of position 4 heroes is being diminished because like a lot of them are banned and Earthshaker is already picked. So Kunkka is like the next best option. It's also pretty good against Mirana just because like Mirana, his escape is always to leap away, but you can always X him back in terms of being a Kunkka. Kunkka also amplifies their team fight on top of Chain Frost as well as the Park. So currently Immortals is going for the team fight route. They have a lot of good team fight spells. And yeah, they're gonna keep up the aggression, but this time around they're gonna be more cooldown based. Usually they just keep fighting regardless of their cooldowns, but I think in this game they gotta play more around their cooldowns, like the boat cooldown, the Chain Frost cooldown. In Mineski they go for this Monkey King. It's probably going to be ice on this Monkey King. He likes to play this kind of flashy, a play around you kind of hero. Monkey King is very good at that. He can jump around trees, mischief, and yeah, it's just the ice kind of hero.
5 seconds
So they are
remaining.
likely leaving Mushi's pick to the last. And Immortals here, wait, what would they go for? They already have the MP hero. They probably go for
Radiant team back.
Kyro's hero immediately on the Seven. Seven is a good answer to Monkey King. He's okay being inside the Jiku, as in the Monkey King's ultimate because of his high armor, Warcry and everything. He provides a lot of armor for his team. He's a farming hero which
10 seconds remaining.
Immortals love to have on their team. They always have Q on this farming
5
hero.
seconds
If
remaining.
they're not playing the aggressive route, then he'll be on a farming hero and they'll prioritize a lot of farm on him. Seven can also transit into aggression the moment he gets his blink, and they can pull out a lot of pressure onto Mineski. So the timing for Immortals now is different. It's no longer the early game pressure, it's more of the mid game pressure. Their mid game is really strong. With Seven is like get 2-3 items, the Echo Saber, Mask of Madness, blink, and then the whole team fight have all their ultimates and spells. So this is a very strong timing for Immortals, and they're probably going to make very good use of it. Mineski have to be aware of it, and they have the answers to deal with it. Mineski is also very strong in the mid game. Mirana scales quite well in the mid game. Earthshaker with his blink. Then you have Global Silence on top of Monkey King having his ultimate. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty action-packed mid game, I would say. Going down to last pick, they got the 4F. I think they're missing the 4F hero once again.
Dire team
And yeah,
back.
they decided to ban the Brute Mother after what happened in game 1. I was just about to say that they don't have the best AoE. I mean, they got Earthshaker, which is good in the fights, but not in the lane. Mirana is decent, but you don't want to use a Starstorm every time just to kill Spiderlings. And Monkey King isn't the best. He has Boundless Strike,
10
but
seconds remaining.
in the laning phase, if the Brute Mother is out leveling you, it's not gonna
5
be
seconds
enough to
remaining.
deal with all the spiders. It's just a hero that can create a lot of space on the map. And I believe that if they have to play against the Brute Mother again, they might pick something like a Timbersaw for Ice, but regardless, they just choose to ban it away anyway.
Dire team
The
pick.
Immortals, they target another Mushi hero on the Medusa. Also expecting the Monkey King to be on Ice as I mentioned. Medusa is a very strong carry against Seven. Her ultimate is like the best kiting spell against Seven. And because the cost of Mineski are
10
all
seconds remaining.
physical damage on Monkey King as well as Mirana, the Stone Gaze will be
seconds
very
remaining.
effective.
Radiant
When
team
people turn into stone, they don't take magical damage,
Enchantress.
they only take physical damage. And the side of Mineski, their follow-up is really strong on that. Immortals, they go for this off-lane Enchantress for 4F, I believe. I'm not sure what is this supposed to achieve. I guess it's a
10
strong laner,
seconds remaining.
and it's probably another of their pocket strat that they decided to take
5
it out
seconds
in this
remaining.
deciding match in the semi-finals. It's a very similar playstyle where Enchantress can pull off pressure right from the laning phase. Once he gets his a point in the enchant, he can start taking over creeps and dominating his lane. And then they can create space for Seven to get his farm, get his blink, BKB, and then they can just keep fighting. Enchantress is also a hero that is okay getting global silence.
You may
I mean,
now
he
select
can't
your
get off
heroes.
his full bulk of damage, but he's definitely fine with it. And Mushi goes for the partner, a very good answer to this Enchantress. Enchantress is very good on offlane because of his untouchable, but if you have a core that does a lot of spell damage laning against him, then untouchable doesn't work very well anymore. They have enough spell damage across Bushi, Ninja Boogie as well as Jabs to burst out this offlane Enchantress. It's Pugna also a very good hero against Savant in the sense that you can decrepify any hero that Savant jumps on and he's unable to get the right clicks off. It's a very good kiting tool, and Nether Ward is always good against a hero like Puck, who wants to jump in and cast all his spells.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Mineski has a much safer draft than Game 1. Game 1 was really risky and all in on the anti-mage. They are able to contest Immortals in the early game this time around. But as you see, Immortals, they switch up their pace. They have a 7 core, not a PA. They're okay with farming now. They are not all in on the early game aggression, which is a very good thing about Immortals. They know how to switch up their playstyle. They're not going to change it up, but they are going to change the tempo a bit. Means they're like instead of the all-out aggression right from the start, they're gonna go at a different pace so that Mineski won't be able to know when are they going to be aggressive and when are they going to be like just farming. And if you're a team that have to play with the fear of your opponent being able to put on this aggression at any point of time, it's actually very scary. That being said,
Prepare for battle.
every time a Immortals game, it's really hard for me to make any predictions. I want to say Mineski. I prefer Mineski's draft this time round because of the silencer countering the Park. The partner, Mushi has been playing a really good partner, and Ice being on a flashy hero like Monkey King. Also Nana having his comfort hero on the Mirana. Yeah, I'm going to Mineski and I'm saying that this will go to game 3, but Immortals have proven me wrong many times and I won't be surprised if they do again. Alright, so that's all for game 2 draft analysis. Thanks for watching, guys.